YouTube, Niner Empire, what is going down? Welcome back to another video here. So, the 49ers are not done signing defensive linemen. They just agreed to terms with former Browns defensive tackle Jordan Elliott. It's a 2-year, $10 million deal. Now, with Jordan Elliott, he's not been the best player up until this point in his career. He's only 26 years old, so he's still very, very young. He's 303 pounds. He's 6'4". He's entering his 5th season in the NFL. He's started 31 of 35 games the past 2 years, and his stats aren't the best. He's only has a 45.2 PFF run defense grade, and in totality, he has a 47.3 PFF grade. So he hasn't been great, but I think a guy like Chris Kosirik on the 49ers, the defensive line coach, can get the best out of Jordan Elliott. And I think he will complement guys like Javon Hargrave very well with the interior defensive line. Obviously, with the Niners moving on from Eric Armstead, it's a situation where they're going to make moves to try to get guys back and fill, not get guys back, but they're making moves to fill voids right now. Obviously with Leonard Floyd signing and Gross Matos. Gross Matos, I think, was more of a depth move, but I think Gross Matos could very well be a key rotational player in the defensive line, and I kind of look at him as the same as Jordan Elliott, even though they're playing two completely different positions. They're just simply adding depth to the defensive line. I am pretty not angry, but I am irritated that we weren't able to bring back DJ Jones from the Denver Broncos. DJ Jones was a very, very productive player for the Niners, and I think if we were able to lure him away from Denver and bring him back, he would very well be a solid day one starter for the Niners. And he was during his time with the Niners. I mean, he was a very, very good player, hence to why he got the contract he did a couple years ago with the 49ers. But a lot of people believe that DJ Jones would be released and obviously be a good fit to replace Eric Armstead. But according to Mike Silver, he's hearing that Denver is probably going to hold on to him. So it seems like he may not be going anywhere. Obviously, that's not a set stone thing, though. Like, he could very well be released in the coming days. But it sounds more and more likely that the Broncos are trying to keep him around, as they should. The Niners reached out, made a call, but the fact that Denver hasn't released him yet and hasn't moved on from him yet makes it seem like he is sticking in Denver. So I am pretty annoyed with that. I definitely thought that was going to be a guy that we could very well bring back, and he could play in place of Eric Armstead, and again be a very, very solid day one starter. But yeah, like I said, man, the Jordan Elliott move, it's simply a depth position move. The Niners love their defensive linemen, and again, if Jordan Elliott signing with the Niners tells you anything, it's that he did develop into a starter on a Browns defensive line over the past 4 seasons. But if it tells you anything, it's that the Niners probably believe that they can get the best out of Jordan Elliott and hope that he eventually becomes a pretty solid starter for them, or just a very good, productive key rotational piece within the defensive line. So, now, I mean, obviously they previously signed 2 edge rushers in Leonard Floyd and Gross Matos. Now, they're obviously getting to work and fortifying the interior line, which has seen of a lot of attrition already. So, I don't hate the move. Again, like, I definitely think it's a situation where, like, knowing that Eric Armstead is not going to be with the team next year, the Niners have to do whatever it takes, and they have to make key moves in bringing in some veteran guys, and some, and it's not like, I wouldn't consider Jordan Elliott, maybe he is a veteran, I don't know. He's only 26 years old, but you want to bring in guys that know the position and that can be productive players, and that's exactly what they're trying to do in signing Jordan Elliott. So again, it's a 2-year, $10 million deal for the former Browns defensive tackle Jordan Elliott. I'm not surprised that they're not done signing defensive line. I said this in one of the videos I made last night. I said in one of the videos that I wouldn't be shocked if this was, the Niners weren't done signing defensive linemen, and what do you know? A day later, they agree to terms with Jordan Elliott to a 2-year deal. So he's done some great things on the Cleveland Browns just because his PFF grade, is so low and, it's not as good as it should be. That doesn't mean that he can't come to a defensive line like the Niners and work with a guy like Chris Kosirak and, bolster his game up even more. So I like the move. Again, they have to get depth at the position. Again, graded 167th best defensive tackle last season. Definitely some things to work on, but a guy like Chris Kosirak can, without a doubt, bring him in and probably get the best out of him. So let me know what you guys think of this move, Jordan Elliott to the Niners on a 2-year, $10 million deal. That is pretty cheap as well, so I'm not complaining about this move whatsoever. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.